We've been here, we got here last September of 2009, so that makes it about 8 months now. When we got here, it was like standing in front of a smorgasbord, like a buffet table with lots of food on it. And I went to the table with a serving tray and just started loading on piece of food after piece of food, went and ate my portion, came back to the table, started eating again, and about halfway through loading up the second time I realized there's a lot to do here, almost too much, and I just need to focus on a few things. But it's been very fulfilling, but very busy. The work is never done. And you know, we just find probably in the next few months that we're just going to be refining, you know, exactly what God has called us here to do. A lot of the makeup of Christian Life Assembly is people who are involved in business, English-speaking people who are involved in government, and our whole intention as a church is to, you know, through them reach out to the city of Kigali, reach out to the nation of Rwanda, through the whole man. In January, our whole focus in the church was it's time to move. And I had the opportunity to share as well, and I even shared about the areas of music and multimedia, and just, you know, it's time to move. You know, if you want to be involved in this ministry, just come and sign up, and we're going to start doing some training. And that service, actually, and the services after that, we had over 90 people sign up, and it was evenly divided between music, video and sound training. We actually started our video training, had our first actual classroom setting last week, and we still had about 25 people show up. So that's one of the portions. We've seen an increase in our worship team. We're going to start some formal music training in the next couple of months, and also in the next month or so we're actually going to start the whole sound training thing. So a big part of our next couple of years is actually just following up on the 90 people that signed up to be involved in this ministry. Margaret's actually jumped in with both feet as well, and it's been great to see her. I mean, all of her life she's always been great at teaching kids, and in a very creative way, and she's had a great opportunity to fulfill that part of her calling in this church. The other thing that we've really seen, you know, come to the surface in Margaret is her whole desire to be involved in mercy ministries at the church. There's so many opportunities here in Kigali. We have a very vital ministry called Mercy Ministry. Women who are widows with children, people who just actually don't get a lot of opportunity because of HIV and AIDS. Margaret's heart really beats for that, and she really is looking forward to the future of getting involved in that. This past 8 months has been a great experience for us as a family, not just, you know, the parents, but just to see the girls getting integrated into the school. Really proud of how they've settled in and, you know, made some great friends already. Caitlin's been along because she graduated last year. She's been helping Margaret out in the kids ministry. But now it's a time for a transition for her as well. She's going back to Canada. She's going to be attending college in Kelowna, and it'll be the first time that, you know, she's venturing out on her own. So, I mean, those are one of the things, you know, as you think of us, be praying for us, because that'll be a big change for us as well, and for her adjustment, for our adjustment. I'm not sure who it's going to be harder on, actually. You know, in the newsletters that we've been putting out, you know, every couple of months, at the bottom of it, I always talk about how thankful we are for our supporters, and you know, honestly, the fact that we couldn't be here without our supporters. We really see that, and we're always surprised at, you know, the generosity of people back home who have bought into the vision of what God has called us to do. It is very clear that God has called us here to Rwanda. He's prepared us for this. Financially, we couldn't do it. We couldn't afford to send ourselves to Rwanda, but we are glad that God has also called a lot of people back home to participate with us. We're a little ways off. We're still looking for a few more supporters. If there's a few people that are watching this today that, you know, maybe God is tweaking their heart, even just $10 a month would go an awful long way just to help us fulfill the mandate that God's called us here to do. Coming out to Rwanda, we weren't sure what to expect. I mean, there is an established work here. The Comants have been out here for, I think it's 12 years. We're amazed at what God is doing in Rwanda. We're amazed at what God has done through the Comants, what He's used them to do. And we just feel that God has actually put us here at the right time just to kind of pick up from and to support the Comants, and we love working with them. And we're looking forward to, you know, where God has us going in the future.